The Spanish Renaissance was a time of amazing growth for Spanish art. Taking place during the 15th and 16th centuries, Spain was united as a Christian kingdom under Ferdinand and Isabella. As a result, a new importance on art engulfed the Kingdom of Spain. Spanish artists became influenced by art capitals like Flanders and Italy, which created a new Hispano-Flemish style. This new style placed an emphasis on detailed realism in the sculptural depiction of figures. Celebrated artists from this time include Nicolas Bordas, Luis de Morales, and most famously El Greco.
Nicolas Bordas was born in the Kingdom of Valencia in 1530. Nicolas did a lot of artwork for the churches and religious houses in Valencia, Madrid, and a few others. His paintings appeared in St. Mary of Valencia Cathedral Hieronymite Monastery in the city of San Miguel. This art piece by Nicolas Bordas is called The Adoration of the Magi, which was painted in 1570 and part of a private collection. This art piece is described as the Nativity of Jesus with the three Magi represented as kings. They say they found Jesus by following a star in which they worship him. This art piece has brighter colors more on the people in this piece to make it the focal point. With that being said, the background is darker to make those in the art piece stand out.
Luis de Morales was born in Badajoz, Spain, 1509, and died in Badajoz, Spain, on May 9, 1586. Morales was a famous painter during the Spanish Renaissance. His medium of choice was oil paints, with which he created some of his best art pieces. Morales was known to be one of the greatest mannerists of the Spanish Renaissance, where he depicted human figures with elongated or stretched limbs and faces. Morales was a religious Catholic, which led to the inspiration to his many artworks, The Passion of Christ. Due to his vast array of religious-inspired works, he received the name El Divino, or the Divine. Morales gained approval from the people and was praised for his amazing pieces. Morales' reputation spread quickly that it soon reached King Philip II. King Philip gave Morales only one commission ever for the Cristo cargando la cruz, or Christ carrying the cross, which would be displayed in the royal monastery of San Lorenzo de El Escorial. The painting was created between 1560 and 1565. The painting was made in the manneristic style that everyone knew Morales for. The painting Cristo con la Cruz shows the figure of Jesus Christ half-length, dressed in a pale crimson tunic, holding the cross between his left shoulder and his two hands on a black background. The pain and suffering of having to carry the heavy cross can be shown in the contortions of Jesus Christ's fingers. To complete the saddened figure of Jesus Christ, placed at the top of his head is a crown made of thorns. To help convey the sadness that he is going through, his eyes are void of all emotion, but the way his eyebrows are raised and his mouth slightly parted show that he is in anguish and is growing tired. Upon seeing the painting, King Philip was disappointed with the piece created by Morales. So King Philip proceeded to have the painting removed from his castle to a church in Madrid, Spain.
El Greco was said to be one of the finest painters of the Spanish Renaissance. He was born in Greece and later moved to Italy to learn more about painting, and finally settled in Toledo, Spain, where he became the great painter we know today. The Burial of Count Orcas is known to be one of El Greco's best pieces. It was commissioned in 1586 and finished in 1588 in the Saint Thomé Church of Toledo. Made from oil paint, the painting is about 15.7 feet tall and 11.8 feet long. The painting was made to honor Count Orcas, who was known to be a very generous man who often made large donations to the church. There are two clear, distinct sides to the painting, heaven and earth. On the earth side it is very dark, taking on a very serious tone. Everyone stands mournfully watching as Count Orcas is lowered into his grave, while dark gray clouds pass overhead. On the heaven side, clouds and angels swirl around, making this side of the painting seem much more lively and animated. Everyone in heaven looks to God to pass judgment on Count Orcas' soul. The sleek darkness of the painting makes the royal and vibrant golds and reds really stand out from everything. The painting is very cramped and very condensed, putting a lot in it, but the focal points being God and heaven and Count Orcas being lowered on earth do manage to stand out from everything else. This large masterpiece really captures El Greco in his prime as a painter.
The Spanish Renaissance was a time of amazing growth for Spanish art during the 15th and 16th centuries. Artists on the Iberian Peninsula pulled influence from art capitals such as Flanders and Italy to develop their own new style. As a result, this gave way to Spain reaching its golden age of art later in the 17th century.